Morning you guys, it's Karen and I'm here with another dupe, and I was getting a bit worried because I'm kind of known for my dupes and I haven't found any dupes lately, and I keep thinking, oh, I found a dupe, and it hasn't been. And then I bought this 2 days ago, and as soon as I bought it, I actually bought it because I wanted to add it in my new at the drugstore review. But I thought, you know what, that looks like it might be a dupe for the Benefit Boing. And when I got home and tested it, it seemed to be as well, although this one's got one slight difference. And so I thought, well, I'll test it out. So I've worn it, I've got it on today, and I wore it all day yesterday as well to see like if it creased or anything. And it's the Rimmel Lasting Finish Concealer, and it looks like this. It's even in the same kind of packaging. So it is a dupe for... This is a dupe for this, which is the Benefit Boing Concealer, which I only discovered last year and love. So I'll talk to you about the different prices, the different claims, and what I think the differences are, if any. You know I've got my spreadsheets here. So Benefit Boing is by Benefit, obviously, and it looks like that. And it's a kind of creamy but solid concealer that is considered high coverage. This one is in 01. I was looking for a name, but it's actually just a number. This one is in 01. So it's the lightest colour. So you can see that it's a pretty good match for me, and that's the colour there. So let me tell you what the Benefit claims are. Benefit Boing camouflages dark circles, shadows and discoloration without creasing or fading. Even better, the industrial strength formula is now available in 5 shades with a full range from light to deep. So there's 5 colours in this, and the price of this one is £17.50. Like I said, I discovered this last year. It was a recommendation by the lovely 2 ladies of the 2 Orchids, and I went and bought it, and I was really surprised I like it because I never imagined I would like a cake concealer. I should know not to be so judgmental because I love my Boots No. 7 mousse foundation, and I never thought I would like a mousse foundation. I only tried that because of a recommendation, and the same with this. It's not something I would ever have thought. I wouldn't have even tried it. I wouldn't have even tested it, you know, but it's easier than I thought to blend under the eyes, and so that's why I liked it. And it does give full coverage, but it doesn't crease, etc. So that's the Benefit one. Then, like I said, I saw this Rimmel. It's called Lasting Finish Concealer, but the full title is Rimmel High Coverage Long Wear Concealer. And the claims for this one are that it hides dark circles, so exactly the same as the Benefit, and other imperfections for up to 25 hours. I'm not sure how you would test it for 25 hours. That's very specific, isn't it? Targeted application under the eyes, over blemishes or wherever. Breathable formula so the coverage remains comfortable from morning to night. So yeah, like I said, I tested it out to see if it was as kind of crease-free as this one. The difference when I put it on my hand, let me show you. This one is in colour porcelain, 010 porcelain, and there is actually 020 ivory seemed to be a lighter colour than this, but actually this is pretty light. This is that there, that is 010 ivory, and you can see this is a lot lighter than the Benefit Boing. So one of the things that would be an advantage for you, even aside from the fact that it's a dupe, is if you can't find a colour light enough in Benefit Boing, because this is the lightest colour that you can get, then this one is lighter already. But like I said, 020, actually 020 ivory was more pinky than this one. This one is porcelain, because I wasn't sure which one to get, and the other one was more pinky. So that's 020 is probably more like the 01 from Benefit. So this one is £5.49, so £17.50 against £5.50, so a saving of £12, which is pretty darn good, isn't it? Let's have a look how much you get in them. 6 grams in this one. Oh, 3 grams in this one. So not only that, you actually get double the amount. It doesn't look like that, does it? Let's see. I think it's just because this one is thinner. Not that much though, so that's them together. But this one is obviously a bit deeper and maybe a bit, yeah, maybe a... No, it's not actually bigger, so it's just the deepness that... So this one has got 6 grams and that one's got 3 grams. So again, for a lot less money, you get twice the amount of this, but I don't know if that's something that many people use up a lot. It's not something that I easily use up, especially when they're in the pound formula. Okay, so as I said, there was a difference that I noticed as soon as I put it on my hand, and that is that the Rimmel one feels creamier. And even, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it there, but if I am moving my hand there, this one has gone matte. This one hasn't. It's kind of creamier, so you can see that there's still a little bit of moisture there. Actually, it's not so bad if I sort of shear it out a little bit, then it doesn't quite look like that. Which I thought, well, that might mean one of 2 things. It might mean that it needs to be set with powder, whereas I think you could get away with the Boing without doing that. And my biggest worry was that this might crease, because I've got several concealers that are dry, like the NARS Creamy Concealer, to me is not creamy, it's quite dry, but it doesn't crease on me, and I have got fine lines around here. And this one is one that doesn't crease as well, but it's just that little bit drier than anything else. Whereas the ones I've got that are creamy do tend to crease on me. So that was my concern. But I have to say, it hasn't at all. And I'm really impressed. Didn't expect at all to be impressed. I really just bought this because it was so inexpensive and I wanted to review it for you guys in the New at the Drugstore. And yeah, I'm super impressed. I actually think this would also be pretty good for blemishes, and there's not many concealers that I come across that are, I would say, are good for under eye and blemishes. I've always said you needed 2 for that because, like I said, I never come across a product that would be good for both. Saying that, I think this one would be pretty good as well. So they both kind of win in that respect. So I applied this one with my Sephora Pro airbrush. I think it's 56, either 56 or 57, the concealer brush, which is what I used for this one, and it went on very easily. I would say they've both got the same level of coverage. They both are high coverage. I think they would both cover dark circles, no problem at all. And you can build them both up as well, because I tested that out this morning a bit and built it up, and it still doesn't look kind of creasy. And I've had this on for quite a while, and it's not looking, I've had this on for 4 hours now, and there's no creasing. It hasn't kind of sunk into my lines anymore where I kind of built it up. I just wanted to see, could you get more coverage from it? Because I generally don't have dark circles under my eyes. The other thing I said is I thought this might be different, that it might need to be set with powder. And I think you could probably get away without it, but I think you would, I have set it with powder. I haven't tried it without setting it with powder because I feel a bit odd without setting my whole face with powder. So that's just me. Even this one I would set with powder. So I just use my usual Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. You can use the e.l.f. Under Eye Brightener as well, or any just kind of really lightweight powder, and that has made no difference to the creasing whatsoever. So I think that's everything there is to tell you. Really good finds. I'm really chuffed with it. I actually found 2 really good things in my drugstore visit those couple of days ago. I bought this one in Superdrug. I should tell you that because they don't do it in Boots as far as I can see. I went into Superdrug to look for something that they didn't have my colour in Boots. There's more Boots stores where I live than there is Superdrug stores, so I don't very often go into Superdrug because I'm not often out that way. But it's obviously only selling in Superdrug at the moment, and £5.49 like I say. So that's that. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's on my face. I have got on, this is an Ulta Colour Pure Pigment. It's one I got in a makeup swap I did with Laurie, and I think it's called Icing. So it's an Ulta pigment, so obviously we can't get them in the UK, but it's very pretty. It's a little bit patchy though, and I was looking at this because I want to buy another sort of pink coloured pigment at the weekend. And then on the outer corner I just used the purple from the Lorac Pro Original palette. On my cheeks, what did I use? Oh, I used the Instain blush in Lace, and then I used a Dior highlighter that I got from Nisha. And on my lips I've got a L'Oreal Glam Shine lip gloss, which is in 101 Pink Moon. Isn't that a cute name? I love that. That's everything to tell you about this dupe. Hopefully I'll find some more dupes going forward. It seems to be accidental when I find them. There's very few that I actually go looking for a dupe, but I haven't had enough for a while to do a whole video. I did used to do whole videos on dupes, but I think it's actually better doing it this way because then kind of the title tells it all and you get a review of 2 products, and you know, it's easier to find then as well, isn't it? So hopefully I'll find some more. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll speak to you again soon.